Fort Max, apparently.
In Fort Max. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 362, recorded May 7th, 2014. I am your host, Brian Kilby. With me this week, we have Melvar.
Hey.
Diecast. And our old pal, XV.
Special guest.
XV is the voice of XV.
XV is voiced by XV. Just jump into the show. On the show this week, we have news. We have Q&A with Rob Springer. I'm assuming no comic news, right?
No comics because the books don't start coming out till next week.
Good. This Week in History. And, yeah, that's it as far as the segments go. But I wanted to remind everyone that we have a JD tribute show coming up at the end of June. We had one for Superhero Time, and it was awesome. Mm-hmm. But we've been holding off on doing one on RFC, and I figured that the return anniversary, which is in late June, which is JD's fault entirely, mostly. That's going to be the Radio Free Cybertron tribute show. We've had a few submissions, but if you want to, please tweet us, email us, Facebook us, or contact us. Just reach out and let us know what were some of your favorite moments from JD. On an RFC, or if you want to go back in time to like New Soundwave or Fanboy Versus, or maybe even a Superhero Time clip here or there.
Some of JD's best work was on Superhero Time, so...
He just blossomed on Superhero Time, honestly.
He loved doing it.
He did. But, so you can contact us, contact at tfradio.net, tweet us at tfradio, we are at facebook.com/tfradio, and if you go to tfradio.net, we have a button that says, contact us, and you sure can. So, moving along, we can jump to This Week in History. And this is a big one. I didn't realize this, actually, because, as you will find out, in 1984, Marvel Comics Transformers #1 hits newsstands. But it had a cover date of September. So, for some reason, I always thought it came out in September.
Yeah, because the cover dates were always when they were supposed to be removed from the stores and newsstands, not when they were supposed to be on the stores and newsstands.
I didn't know that. So that I feel dumb. As many comics as I've read, how many tens of thousands? God, I've owned tens of thousands of comics.
It's not that way anymore, obviously, because nobody has comic book stores anymore.
Aw, lots of people went.
I know that's mostly a lie, but it diminished greatly from even like 10 years ago.
I don't have a comic book store locally anymore. I used to have 3.
I don't either. I have like a D&D store now.
Yeah, my friend Mark, who I think he may have been on the show. At the very least, he's been in the background watching me do the show. He used to own a comic store.
Oh.
So he used to own one of the 3, but no, nothing. And that was the first Transformers product released. It's the 30th anniversary of the Transformers, like this week.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it was Marvel. I had no idea it was Marvel.
You didn't know
anything to do with Transformers.
Marvel
Really?
You didn't know about the Marvel comics?
Marvel and Sunbow did the cartoon.
Sunbow is Marvel. The cartoon is Marvel.
Oh.
Yeah. So
wasn't there the Spider-Man splash thing at the end of the credits too, or was that later Sunbow?
Oh, maybe. So also,
I know Muppet Babies had that.
So yeah, Marvel, like the tech specs were all done by Budiansky, and he was Marvel, and John Romita Sr. did all the designs for the cartoon and the comics, and he was Marvel. Marvel was Hasbro went to Hasbro said, "Hey, we have these toys here from Takara. Marvel, you make this like a product."
Yeah,
Jim Shooter did the treatment.
Yeah, he posted on his blog, I think, 2 entries about that a couple years ago. Really, really interesting read, actually. Yeah,
everything you love about Transformers is mostly Marvel. So yeah, yeah. You want a no prize diecast? You know what a no prize is? It's an empty envelope. Marvel used to give those out back in the day when Marvel was better. Actually, speaking of Marvel, Spider-Man 2 was awful. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Go to the IO9 spoilery FAQ if you want to know why. It's dead on the money. And I know people like Finback, Marcus Good, will disagree with that. He liked it. I saw on Facebook. I was a little disappointed by that. I was hoping that Marcus would agree with me, but he liked it.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And in sad news, in 2003, Robert Stack, the voice of Ultra Magnus in Transformers the movie, passed away. His death remains an unsolved mystery to this day.
Does it really?
He died of a heart attack.
Yeah, that's not really an unsolved mystery.
No.
Nice try, though.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's tragic.
I know, it's the same joke people were making in 2003.
It's the same joke we made last year.
And the year
Maybe
before
they don't know what
that.
heart attacked him.
Probably the year before that. Yeah, what heart attacked him? He's probably like, open, damn it, open.
That was for Don.
Yeah.
That was for
I know. I'm going to take lots of photos and live tweet me.
some guy walking around with a GoPro just on his stick.
Yeah.
Like put a GoPro on Massey and have Massey following us around.
Just strap it to your forehead and we'll, just make do with that.
Yeah.
Have Don hold up a mirror so that we can see you too.
Okay.
Like have a mirror pointed at you the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Let's see here. I want to mention this. I don't know that it made show notes. No, it didn't. So, Cosmos and Swerve are available.
Yes, I got my pre-order filled just today.
Me too. I got the email from Big Bad Toy Store this afternoon. That's true. God, I should be doing that, but I'm not.
Yeah, you're stupid, Brian.
I know. So, Age of Extinction Deluxe Generation figures are showing up in stores.
I found them.
Did you get them?
No.
Yeah. As are the Evasion Mode Optimus Prime and Grimlock, which I found at Kmart yesterday. My friend Brian, who's also a Transformers collector, he found them Monday, and he's like, dude, you got to go by the Kmart, in Statesville, North Carolina. I'm like, okay. I went, I took them to the register, and they would not sell them to me.
Yeah, when
no,
I went
these are
back
just for looking.
when I went back to the Kmart here yesterday, I saw them originally on Friday. When I went back on, no, that was Monday. Never mind. When I went back on Monday, they were all taken down. So I assume somebody tried to buy one or more of them, and they pulled them all.
Yeah. As soon as I tried to purchase them, I'm pretty sure they took them down.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I was very nice. I'm like, can you double check that? And she's like, I'm sorry, we were told that we can't sell these at all. I'm like, okay. Tylox had tweeted me, is like, dude, you should have thrown a fit. I'm like, yeah, that would have looked awesome, like a gigantic man throwing a fit that he can't buy toys in Kmart.
Now that should have been videotaped.
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't. Apparently, Rob Springer had the best early find experience of anybody, since Toys R Us actually let him buy the stuff he wanted that he found early before they started taking it all down.
On Twitter, I forgot who it was. Guy tweeted me today, who's also local. He said that he went to the Walmart, which is about 15 or 20 minutes away from that Kmart, and he was able to buy the figures. So I, unfortunately, was not that lucky. So I wasn't able to run by that store because I am no longer driving to work. I am now on a van pool, saving hundreds of dollars a month.
Good.
Pretty excited about that. So, it's awesome. Not driving
Money
every day.
for Transformers.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Also, not driving 2.5 hours every day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Takes a lot of stress off.
I don't have to buy a new car for the next BotCon I go to.
You still could, though.
I could. So, while
you want me to be comfortable, right?
That's true. You better go if
it's somewhere if it's not in California or like New England or something. I really want to.
Yeah, if nothing else, if it's like
if it's somewhere between like Dallas and Chicago, yeah.
Even if it's like New England or something, just drive here and I'll drive you there. We made the drive for Shardicon.
Yeah, and actually the Shardicon drive was not too bad, even without anyone to talk to or anything.
Yeah,
kind of relaxing in an odd way.
I like it. So while this actually posted last week, right after the show ended, we have inbox photos of Leader Class Jetfire. I like it. I still do, but I'm not in love with it.
No, and see, that's kind of my feeling, too. It looks nice enough, but just the other day, it struck me that how did they 8 years ago, bad math, how did they 8 years ago, at a smaller price point, do that better than this?
Don't say that was 8 years ago, please.
But it was.
Jeez Louise. That still seems new. Yeah.
You know, I'm sure, like, as a robot toy, this will be better in terms of, like, the articulation and all.
But the vehicle mode doesn't look as good.
And the transformation's not as clean.
Ugh.
That's kind of my sticking point on it. It's bigger, more expensive, and newer, but it's kind of inferior in ways that matter to me. But hey, if you're going to make something a leader class, make it, you know, Jetfire.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole chrome thing, but that's a different argument.
I hate the chrome part. I really hate that.
Plastic, the red chrome, yeah.
Yeah.
How long is it going to be before that starts flaking off?
Well, I mean, that's a good question, because, like, I still got Robots in Disguise Scourge up on my shelf behind me, and all the chrome on its trailer is just fine. But then there's Transmetal 2 Scourge, who started shedding, like, a month after I got it.
So I have some problems with my Black Convoy. So basically, because I have cats, and I had it near where their litter box was, particles got into the air and ended up degrading it. It really sucks. It really sucks. But
Particles.
Yeah, particles.
So can I ask a possibly stupid question?
Yeah, sure.
How come they don't use the Skyfire name? If Jetfire is so
Mattel
closely...
Mattel owns it.
Mattel owns it? Really?
Yeah, okay, so here's the story. When Robots in Disguise came out in 2001, Hasbro made more 2-packs of stuff to stretch the line out. One of them was a Machine Wars Flip Changer jet. They called it Skyfire. They were trying to grab the trademark, but about a month earlier, Mattel had already filed for it for one of their Max Steel toys they were making at the time.
And not Max Steel RoboForce, Max Steel.
Max Steel, like, you know, male Barbie doll.
Yeah.
So it ended up that, at least from that point forward, Mattel has the name. You know, the Skyfire toy came out and was, you know, nothing happened because of that, because it was up in the air still, but afterward, it was too late already. So now Jetfires.
It would be great if they could get that name back eventually.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I could care less.
To me, the look is more important. Jetfire and Skyfire are the same idea.
Right. I must say the head on this, it's a much better head sculpt, even if the robot is a little bit inferior to the last Voyager that we got. I definitely like the head sculpt on this.
I like the mask it has.
You don't like the original, the regular head?
Not as much. I kind of prefer the toy-ish look over the cartoon style face. I really like the helmet gimmick the Voyager had as a solution to that. But you know, the mask isn't bad either.
I'm gonna get it, but I don't need it.
I'm gonna get it, but you know.
Let's see here.
That's not really up in the air. It's just that
We're all going to get it. We'll just complain about it because we're Transformers fans.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, probably the coolest bit of news, I think, all week. New Walmart exclusive Age of Extinction Legion figures in Dinobot 2-packs.
There's also the Target stuff that came up this afternoon.
I think I have that listed in the show notes, too. Maybe
just making sure, because it sounded like before you said you didn't have show notes.
I've got show notes.
I thought you said you didn't have show notes.
I have show notes.
Okay.
I do show notes. They're important to me.
All right.
Okay. So basically what this entails, we have some new Cyberverse figures that I really don't care about, but what we also have...
New old Cyberverse figures,
right.
like going back to Revenge of the Fallen Legends.
Right. But the cool thing, though, we have some Beast Wars molds. Who saw that coming? I didn't.
Well, it's a little left field.
So we also have, let's see here.
Well, okay. No, it's interesting, though, because I remember it being brought up maybe like at a BotCon panel at some point after 2006. Like, they wanted to do something with the Terrorsaur mold, but they couldn't find it for the anniversary line in 2006. But here it is again.
Yeah, I don't actually have Terrorsaur originally. So
I don't have Terrorsaur. I have a version of the mold from one of the Dinobot sublines they did. like around Armada or
Did they reuse Did they reuse the Terrorsaur mold?
yeah.
They did. Okay. So there was the Robots in Disguise, Dinobots, and then they did
Well, okay, the first one was the Beast Machine.
Beast Machines. God, they do all these Dinobot sublines.
I don't remember if there was one that went along with Robots in Disguise, but there was alongside Armada.
I thought it had Robots in Disguise card. It could have been the card backing that looked like Robots in Disguise. That might have been a late.
Remember too that Armada and Robots in Disguise use similar.
They bled into each other.
Art styles.
Because they bled into each other, basically.
Yeah, I guess.
Because basically, like some of the late issue Robots in Disguise figures, what were they? KB exclusives. I forget.
Yeah, because like Megabolt, Megatron, and both versions of Megabolt were KB exclusive, and something else I think.
If it was Bludgeon, wasn't it?
Bludgeon and Scourge, yeah, those came even a little bit later on. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I forgot about Scourge,
when it got to Bludgeon and Scourge, it was using the Armada design packaging with Robots in Disguise labeling.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, so it was Scourge. They're based on Hero Optimus and Hero Megatron.
Yeah, I've got that Bludgeon somewhere around here.
Those are they reused that mold again as what? Reverse Convoy, Double Convoy. What was it? It was a crappy toy.
Yeah, Reverse Convoy, which I think actually predated Bludgeon.
Did it? That was a crappy toy.
I believe it did. That's probably why they were able to make Bludgeon in the first place.
But yeah, so we have the Terrorsaur mold. It's blue now.
It looks nice.
I like it. I'm just like in total shock though that.
Yeah, no, I mean, this kind of caught me off guard, too, especially since they went for that. I would think, since they dug out the Energon Grimlock mold for one of the Toys R Us packs, they would have found a way to use that instead of, digging up yet more older molds still.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
The whole thing around all these store exclusives, I understand they want to get as much product, like the stores want as much product exclusive out as they can to milk this, because apparently they don't learn from any previous movie line.
And
what do you mean?
And that was what, Cruellock? Is that that's
Terrorsaur Cruellock.
I completely forgot about that mold.
I have one sitting on my shelf still, I think.
I like it in this color scheme. That was Energon, yeah.
Energon, yeah.
Yeah. They made there was a Takara. There was a Japanese exclusive version
that was red.
That was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted that so bad. But yeah, this looks really nice. Now, if they could reissue somehow the Beast Machine Scavenger mold, I would be in heaven.
As a Dinobot?
No. I'm just thinking of molds from that time that I really liked, or maybe the RC mold too. I really like that Energon RC.
Energon RC is okay. I don't think it's aged great compared to some of the other stuff, but and they used that thing like 5 times in the first movie line, right?
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah. As Target exclusives even.
I remember the Chromia RC
Elita 1.
The Deluxe.
It was the Sector 7 rebranding that they used all the Energon molds
I don't remember that. We also are getting Triceradon as well.
And see, I'm gonna voice the opinion some others have raised too. I'm kind of upset they did not find the Killer Punch version of that tooling, the Styracosaurus, who's if I remember right, the head launches off of it as its attack mode. Just because it would be something a little different from what we've gotten several times before.
I wonder. I guess. I mean, after the mold it's not like when they modify the mold, then the original mold's no longer available. Usually, I'm certain that happens sometimes.
It does happen on like minor stuff they do, because that's why our
Soundwave
guy's Megatron was the Devil Gigatron reversion.
Yeah, and why you can't really get Soundwave now without the exposed latch, not the latch, but the hinge. Because
when they made that change, it was permanent. They actually changed the mold physically, and there's no going back without remaking it.
Yeah, so with this one, I guess they kept the old mold.
They made a new plate to swap out, basically.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see these toys on the shelves again. I think it's pretty neat. But let's see here, the Target. So I don't have the Target story in. So they're doing Energon Grimlock. Why?
No, Fall of Cybertron Grimlock for Target.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Energon. I'm like, no.
Yeah, Energon Grimlock's going to Toys R Us.
Oh God.
That came up weeks ago.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about that.
Yeah. So okay, it's a 2-pack. It's Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. And remember the Deluxe Dark of the Moon Optimus?
Yeah, I'm seeing.
So imagine that Optimus covered completely in silver chrome, with a few red paint apps over the chrome.
This is terrible.
Okay, you are looking at it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Since I'm on, I don't have the video stream up to look at. But I like the Grimlock though.
I don't. I don't. I mean, it's. I mean, the chrome, G1E ish. The legs. I'm actually. Where's my Grimlock to compare to? Oh crap! I don't have a G1 Grimlock in robot mode anywhere to compare it to. It just looks it looks silly. It just really looks silly. Here he is in Dino mode.
I like the chrome. It is kind of silly, but...
Oh, there you go. Melver's got you covered.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, they try to hit the highlights.
Yeah.
But it's such a crappy toy.
It's got a good enough robot mode, though. That's kind of its selling point.
It does. But if they're going to use this mold again, for God's sakes, give us Megatron.
True, although that wouldn't really...
No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
But I want it.
I know.
I want it.
I know, and I want this exclusive Grimlock because I actually like the way it looks, chrome and all. Like, this is good, or, well, maybe not good, but better use of chrome to me than most of what's coming up lately.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and jump to the next use of chrome that I want to talk about, which is the Lion City Roar Toys R Us Singapore event Gold Optimus Prime. It hurts my eyes. it's like it's Optimus Prime from the end of the DuckTales miniseries. That kind of hurt to pull out. It's
oh my god!
Oh Jesus!
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I want it. It just looks so stupid.
I'd be afraid to touch it.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the concerns with large amounts of chrome on the toy. Fingerprints at least, but possible also damage.
I would want that kept in the box in a lead-lined, briefcase or something. It's just...
A couple months ago I was photographing the first edition Age of Extinction Optimus, the really big one with the chrome chest.
Mm-hmm.
And seriously, I was wearing gloves the whole time I was handling that, so I didn't leave fingerprints behind every time I touched it to change its position.
That's smart.
But, I mean, yeah, chrome has its uses. Sometimes chrome can be really well used, like Henkei Convoy. That had really good use of chrome, especially among some of the random horrible uses other Henkei toys
So
had.
Henkei, the Voyager, they also did the Deluxe too, didn't they? I don't have either one.
The Deluxe was in the United line, which was afterward.
Okay.
Yeah, Henkei was the Voyager mold. It had the chrome for the headlights and the grill. Just appropriate highlighting.
I've actually never seen it in person, so I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't. I don't even know that I've looked at a photo of it. Of course, I still wish I'd picked up the Henkei Megatron, but I didn't.
The United Megatron's actually better than the Henkei one.
I wish I'd have picked that up too.
I have it.
I have both.
I didn't even pick up the Classics Megatron, so I don't have a single use of that mold.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not bad, and the Classics version is not expensive to get anymore.
That came out in
2006, 8 years ago.
That came out in a down period of Transformers for me. I bought I think every single toy from Armada and Energon, and then 3 or 4 figures from Cybertron, and then basically nothing until Armada animated when I bought everything. I bought a couple of Classics figures, but by no means all. I mean, I missed out on Astro Train. I missed out on that Jetfire. Yeah. I'm a bad
but
fan.
if you want to grab that Megatron, the Hasbro version's not expensive anymore.
Yeah.
Jetfire and Astro Train are, though.
Astro Train. I've got the Toys R Us repaint of Jetfire or whatever it was.
Yeah, that Henke 3-pack with the Astro Train.
For $110, I think I can live without it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't need it. So AMC Theaters this weekend will be getting their Age of Extinction Transformers display, and of course it's Optimus Prime riding Grimlock. So
I don't even know if I have an AMC theater, like, even in Nashville.
I have an AMC theater about an hour from here, and
Like,
I've
this is like Regal country.
we are mostly let's see, we have one Regal theater. We are mostly doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, skipping that tangent. Grimlock is awesome. This display is great. This would make me want to see the movie if I didn't already care. And all the people that hate Optimus riding Grimlock, I'm sorry. It's great.
It's a truck riding a dinosaur. What's to hate?
It gives me hope. It gives me hope.
This movie might just, focus on being fun.
I know.
It won't, but there's hope.
So, yeah, I'm definitely going to check out. I'll probably actually end up watching this at the AMC theater nearest to me because that's IMAX, and I do like watching movies in IMAX.
I saw Revenge of the Fallen in IMAX, and it kind of ruined IMAX for me forever.
Well, Revenge of the Fallen actually wasn't produced in IMAX, was it?
It had
like 10 minutes worth of footage.
It had a couple scenes that were special for IMAX.
Isn't Age of Extinction native IMAX?
I think Dark of the Moon was too.
Yeah.
I saw Dark of the Moon in IMAX, and it was great. So definitely worth seeing. Also great, even though I didn't like the movie that much, was Dark Knight Rises. That stupid horn sound they play so much in the Batman movies, like you feel it in your chest, like the wah sound. I probably shouldn't have done that with a sinus infection. Now I can't. That hurts. Okay. Let's see here. I've jumped around in the show notes. So, official Construct Bots, Age of Extinction, Dino Fire, Grimlock, and Optimus Prime images. I actually, while I haven't bought many Construct Bots,
have you bought one?
Yes.
Then you've bought them all.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But again, Optimus riding Grimlock, and
yeah,
that makes me happy.
At least the Dinobot ones look like they're new skeletons, at least partly, so that would be at least a different experience.
It almost have to be.
Yeah. Like, I was kind of getting hopeful looking at pictures of Constructbot Grimlock until I realized that, the head just kind of folds back onto the back and it stands up, and then that's kind of it. Which, in a way, to me, is worse than having, like, front wheels and fenders and stuff hanging 3 feet off of each arm, like most of the original skeletons did. Win some, you lose some,
Yeah. I remember at Sharkticon, Aaron had told us that Construct Bots was going to get really, really good by the third wave.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would be canceled.
Which I think would have been the Beast Hunters toys, not the Age of Extinction ones.
Right, yeah, but I can't tell
much. Canceled.
Yeah, I can't tell much difference. So the new Transformers Kreon combiners have been spotted at Toys R Us in Illinois this past weekend. Saw Volcanicon, Obsidian, Grimstone, and Laserbolt. I like the packaging. I guess I have to buy them because OCD with that sort of thing, but they'll probably stay in the box. Frankly, because I have the whole last 2 waves of Kreons, including the combiners that have not been taken out of their little plastic baggies. Anybody at all interested? I know Rob Springer likes this stuff, but
I've gotten most of them so far, but these names are kind of getting beyond what I really recognize. I mean, Grimstone, the only time I ever saw him was in a
Power Core Combiners.
Power Core Combiners. So I'm like,
so that makes this
stretching
that makes this awesome.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I just don't have a
Have we had
spot in my heart for Power Core combiners.
Have we had any combiner named Obsidian in any way XV that you know of?
Not to my recollection, no.
Okay, so they're just basically keeping the Obsidian name.
Yeah.
In Volcanicon and Laserbolt, has Laserbolt been an adjective before for a toy?
No.
So that's brand new, and Volcanicon is brand new.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically just they created new trademarks.
Yeah, they've combined new nonsense words and
Yeah.
And thrown con on the end.
Yeah.
the easiest things to trademark.
Okay, so XV, I'm glad you're on, because I was racking my brain on this one, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember what, if at all, there's a sprite for Convoy in the Return of Convoy game. So we have the new Mystery of Convoy Anniversary clear figure, which is a Toys R Us midnight exclusive in Japan. I don't know if this is, since this news article is posted, if we know what the gimmick is, but it's basically the Easy Collection Optimus Prime with a mystery pin embedded into the toy, which, if you're watching the video, I'm showing right now, which is supposed to do something. They say it's going to enable some feature. I don't know what. But this color scheme, was there a sprite for Convoy in the Mystery of Convoy game? Do you remember?
I don't think there was, because I think it was, you would be Ultra Magnus, and if you played really well, you got
Rodimus.
Ultra Magnus colored as Rodimus.
Yeah. So I'm maybe on the bot. Where's mine at? I don't have a Famicom. To
I'm
pop it in.
gonna cheat here and load up the wiki page while you're looking for your stuff there.
The card's hidden somewhere on my desk. I was gonna look at the packaging to see if he's colored that way on the packaging, but I don't even remember.
So what is this special thing gonna do? Is it gonna be like the WWF figures where you used to walk them over the entrance and it would play their entrance music?
And that would be awesome. I would buy
guess
this.
Prime could just be like he walks over and he could be like, "Give me your face."
Wrong Optimus.
Yeah, my guess with that is that it's gonna it'll be some kind of like magnetic activation thing on a larger toy with electronics. That's about the only thing that a new metal pin in an existing toy could accomplish.
Yeah. So
okay, so according to the wiki, Optimus appears in the game twice. First at the start screen, where it explodes and reassembles into the Ultra Magnus or
that's right.
Optimus Magnus sprite.
The three parts blow out and comes back together. Yeah.
And his head appears light gray at the end of level 7.
What a crappy toy! I've never made it to level 7. I don't think I've made it to level 3. I know I've made it to level 2. God, what a terrible game. So, I don't have a news story on this, and I honestly don't remember, but I found myself surprised this weekend at Toys R Us, because I honestly did not know this existed. It's the new Transformers figures that, like, battle. They're like Rock'em Sock'em robots. Have you guys seen those?
At Toy Fair.
I don't remember... I don't remember seeing those at Toy Fair.
It was the very last set of photos because it was kind of up front and not where all the other stuff was, downstairs. So it was up with the games, basically. They had this one little area.
The molds are very nondescript. Like, Optimus Prime looks sort of like Optimus. Megatron doesn't look like Megatron. Prowl, I mean, you could throw a name on it, and,
Starscream's the worst. I'm like, that's Starscream?
But I don't remember seeing those at Toy Fair. I don't remember seeing those in your photos. I'll need to go back and check. But, yeah, so I was totally surprised to see those. I had no idea those were shipping. I had no clue whatsoever, so I was sort of thrown off guard. I kind of wanted them, but I didn't buy them because they were $15 each. And they're not worth that.
No. I think the 2-pack's $30.
I think there was a discount. I think it was $25.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So if you care, and you want to go to Toys R Us and buy those, if you're like a total completist, go, because they have them.
And they'll sell them to you.
They will definitely sell them to you.
Could you afford to be a completeth's with all this stuff? I don't...
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean, me, no, but somebody, yes.
The majority of people, no.
Yeah.
I think there's only a very, very, very few who even try to do that anymore. It's not like it was, a decade ago.
Yeah, like in Energon, I was able to buy most of the. I dropped $1,000 once, and I bought most of the line that I missed to catch up. And
Yeah, I mean, basically at any point before the 2007 movie, completionism was an attainable goal. Not really it was not unreasonable to reach for that.
with the with the exception of a few figures, I think Energon Beachcomber, if I remember correctly, he was really short packed. He was hard to get a hold of, so I had to get him on eBay. Ultra Magnus was short packed. Had to get him, get him through.
Ultra Magnus wasn't even short packed. It's just that most stores skipped over the version of the assortment that it was in.
Right. Okay. Yeah, he's the one that came with
the Requiem Blaster recolor that the toy can't actually use.
Yeah.
Because originally it was supposed to come with a Street Speed Team redeco that looked like the versions from the Armada, the Micron Legend DVDs. But Takara didn't like them reproducing their exclusives, and they had to change it.
Ultra Magnus, though, I still really like that. That was Overload, right? Originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say it was an Overload repaint.
Very nice mold, and I love the electronic gimmick in that. The sound effect.
Mm-hmm.
The sound effect that was in Scavenger. Scavenger is such a great toy.
Scavenger is a great toy.
People hate Scavenger for some reason, but they're wrong.
I don't hate Scavenger.
Yeah.
I should buy Treadbolt, too.
I have Treadbolt.
I should get that. It's yellow. I wish it was orange. I'd like it more.
I ended up buying Treadbolt because of a discussion that we had on the show. And I think I bought it during the show that week. In fact, I'll put my camera... God, this is probably going to expose too much crap in the room. It's a mess! But if you're watching, Treadbolt is right there. He is right there. Yes, and that is pegboard that I have cords dangling from. And that is a picture of Jesus behind me. No joke.
So XV, that's what we should do on the next show, is see what we can convince Brian to buy.
You can do it this show. Nick already did it this morning, so...
Honestly, it didn't happen on the show, but you're never going to be able to beat me convincing Brian to buy a new car. You will never top that.
Maybe.
You need a car for BotCon. Okay.
That wasn't the exact conversation, but that's basically what happened, yes.
Very close, very close. I think that's it as far as official news goes. We have one third-party item worth mentioning. To me, it's the Mega Steel MSO1, not Stormbringer Megatron. Nice looking. Not buying it.
I don't really feel a particular need to have a toy of that Megatron design. Now, the Megatron body that's in More Than Meets the Eye now, that one's very nice. I would like a toy of that. And that's probably at least close to what the upcoming Leader is going to be.
Yeah, I figured we'll probably get that because,
Yeah, I was thinking initially when I looked at these pictures that, oh, hey, there's a third-party toy of something that's going to come out in a few months and be like a third of the price, and then realize, no, that's not actually what Megatron looks like in the comics now, so probably not.
No. Yeah, so it's nice looking. Not buying it. It's, any idea what the price on this will probably run?
Well, I never heard of this company before, so we don't really have a record for their pricing. But I'm gonna throw a guess out there between 90 and 110.
Yeah, it's Voyager sized, so yeah, I'd say that's pretty safe bet.
Up to
yeah,
200.
I mean that's around the range Toy World's Orion was, if I remember right.
Yep.
And most stuff in that scale usually falls in that range, unless it's from someone like Perfect Effect who overcharges by third-party standards.
We're also getting a repaint of Hexatron. He's black. Is it a retool as well?
It's a retool. It's slight retool, new head. I couldn't figure out if it actually represented any Transformers character, but...
Was Shadow Maru a recolor of Six Shot or Quick Switch?
Six Shot, I think.
I don't know offhand what Shadow Maru looked like, but could that be it?
Is that Brave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's Brave.
We need Dawn for this.
Yeah. I know.
Yep.
Yeah, we covered that in the pre-show. Dawn would know what it is.
Yeah. If it's outside of Transformers, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm familiar with a couple of the things Brave recycled from Transformers, but
They did something with the Quick Switch mold too, right? Six Knight?
Six Knight was Master
Oh,
Force.
that's right, that's right. Crap. He looks like a Brave figure, though. To me.
Yeah. It's the colors, too, I think.
Yeah, he just looks so Brave. I just, whenever I see that, I just assume Brave. Was he in the show? He was in the show, wasn't he?
Six Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He showed up a few times. He was not, like, main cast.
Yeah, no. Thankfully, Metal Hawk. I'll never forget Metal Hawk because of Master Force. Metal Hawk and God Jedi. That's a terrible series.
I never made it past the first episode.
I know people love it. I know Don loves it. I know people will crucify me for saying that, but dear God, I hate Master Force.
It's not my favorite thing. It wasn't horrible to watch. I actually liked Headmasters better, though.
Me too, and I know it's bad.
I liked Headmasters better in the subtitles, which probably should tell you the extent to which I liked Headmasters better.
The one thing I will always love Master Force, though, what's your name? My name is Optimus Prime. I'm Japanese. Sorry. I love the dub. I love the dub so much. Okay. Let's see here. I think that's it as far as the news goes. Let's go ahead and take a break. We will jump to Q&A with Rob Springer. And we'll be back here just... So we're back. So by the time you hear this or see this, the BotCon registration may be up, but it's not up right now. I got an email from... Everybody got an email from Brian Savage saying that registration is not yet available. So BotCon
they also tweeted.
Yeah, so BotCon's what, end of June, right?
Yeah, the
Yes.
last weekend of June, I think.
So, you know, if it's up this week, that's what, 5 or 6 weeks before JoeCon had its stuff up. Of course, we all know where they make their money. It's not JoeCon. So, I'm not making it to Pasadena. I wish I was, but I know that at least Don's going, and John DeLuna, I think, is going to go.
Yeah, because I think he was saying that if he could only do one convention trip this year, it was going to be BotCon.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, because he always does BotCon.
Yeah, BotCon. BotCon is where most of our friends go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Hopefully you'll be able to get that that registration in so that you get your stuff. Nothing sucks worse than waiting because you want to save up a little money to get the Primus package, and then when you have it, it's sold out.
Mm-hmm.
That really sucks. Happened to me once. I really hated it. Oh, that
They're
happened.
kind of smart in marketing like this. They keep sending emails out saying it's not ready yet, but it's going to be this week sometime.
At the very least,
by now we've got 3 emails like that. So it's got people thinking about it, and
Exactly.
talking about it.
At the very least, the people are not forgetting about it.
Right.
Also, Diecast had actually posted a few reviews to YouTube this past weekend. And they are around, the Simpsons minifigs from LEGO. They're not Transformers, but they're pretty awesome. I ended up getting a few myself. I love them.
Did you feel the bags before you,
No.
No?
No.
Just went blind.
I went blind, and I didn't have any duplicates.
Oh, that's good.
I only bought 4, though. So, they're really nice. I'm honestly surprised. And what I love about them is that, for the most part, it's the core characters that you can get in the blind bags.
Yeah.
Unlike, like the Lego movie where, like, a couple of the core characters were blind bagged, but, like, you couldn't get Unikitty or whoever else. So, I like them. You're pretty happy with them, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely happy with them, and I'm surprised they put the main characters in the blind bag, and they're not trying to push it by the Simpsons house, which is like $200.
Exactly. But the thing is, the Simpsons has so many awesome secondary characters, I wouldn't have been upset had they gone that route. Like, Sideshow Bob would have been cool.
I would love a Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, like, there's all these characters that they could have included. And not focused on the core characters, but they did us proper, and they included Homer, the whole family, Grandpa Simpson, all these characters. So hopefully we'll get more waves of this because there's so many characters I would like to have.
Oh yeah, I'd love a Mo.
A Mo, comic book guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Duffman.
Duffman. That would be so cool. Focus. There's lots of ways to get a hold of us. So XV. So you haven't been on in a few weeks. So superhero time. Anything awesome going on? I know there's a Power Rangers movie or something coming out, right?
I only just heard about that today, so we'll have probably something to say about that come next week's show. But for this week, it's basically just, no, we don't want to talk about the most prominent news item that happened in the previous week, because it's disgusting.
Yeah, okay.
But we're still the internet's most offensive podcast about children's television shows, and we're fine with that.
Cool. Diecast, you'll be posting more reviews coming up. Anything you can tell us that anything like so far that's official that you can tell us about? Anything you're looking forward to posting?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to posting. It's whether I should post it or not. Maybe I'll put up Cosmos when I get him.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. Be awesome. Do some of your third-party stuff. You got a pretty solid collection of third-party toys.
Yeah. You mean go back and do some of the older ones?
Yeah. People are always looking for reviews of like Hexatron and things.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else? Okay, so I've been trying to mention each week to help spread the podcast love. So far, I'm really talking about podcast or fairly mainstream. So I'll get into some more niche stuff later. But a podcast that I really love is The Skeptics Guide to the Universe. It's hosted by Dr. Stephen Novella from Yale. He's a Yale neurosurgeon. It's a show where they take a look at the news from a skeptical lens. It's all about science and critical thinking, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The reason that I wanted to mention it is because JD turned me on to that show. That was one of JD's favorite podcasts. And he turned me on to that show 5 or 6 years ago. I really love it. I listen to it every week. I think you might like it. If you're a nerd and you like science and things like that, check it out. It's totally worth it. That's at theskepticsguide.org, and you can find them on iTunes. So check it out. Guys, Melvar, Diecast, XV, anything else? Well, thanks for being on. We appreciate it thoroughly. So for the guys, I'm your host, Brian Kilby. We will be back next week. Have a good one.